I for some reason had no idea Vince was going to be gone.
Well, he said he had to do the planning last week, and then
Well, I knew he had to do the planning. I
called-
just didn't know the actual event was this week.
yeah, I didn't catch that either. Maybe we just immediately tune out.
No,
Vince.
they 2 out of 3 here, 2-1. He's in the wrong. That's how it goes.
Well, only reason he said he was going to be gone when he called me earlier this week to borrow my mower, but
did Vince actually finally borrow your mower?
no, because I haven't got it running yet. So I just haven't gotten there yet. And I said, well, I could tell you how to do it, and you could do it, but then you might not do it right.
So yeah, if both of us didn't know that he was going to be gone,
yeah,
but he thought that we knew it's definitely his fault.
probably.
And also, he's not here to defend himself. So clearly, he was in the wrong, and we're not.
He could have.
Don't
I don't know.
defend him.
I don't know. I mean,
No,
honestly,
you can't get around this.
Yeah,
It's 100% his fault. He did not communicate clearly that he was not going to be here.
yeah. I thought it was gonna be like the summer later on.
Yeah,
because
so
he mentioned it. I don't know.
I'm upset. I'm upset that Vince isn't here. He is away. Vince obviously is not here. He is at a bachelor party in Oklahoma.
Like the fifth one in like 4 years. It seems
Oklahoma.
Like.
I don't know why they're doing a bachelor party in Oklahoma, but is that personal? Should I not reveal that on air?
I don't know. We just won't. Maybe
I mean, by the
not
time this is
reveal
out-
the town.
By this is out tomorrow, he'll be back.
Yeah.
So unless like the bachelor's fiance doesn't want him going to Oklahoma,
yeah.
there shouldn't be any reason that we can't say that he went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, that's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Random, really
it's a
random
big
place.
state. I
A
mean,
big empty. I've never been to Oklahoma. I just don't know why you don't have a
Been
bachelor.
through
Like
it.
out of all the places in America you can go to for a bachelor party, why? Or not even. I guess not in America, but all the places you can go within driving range from Lincoln, Nebraska.
mm-hmm.
Why Oklahoma? I wish he was here to answer that. Because I mean, Colorado would be way cooler.
Yeah.
Chicago would be cooler.
Mhm.
I don't want to say St. Louis. St. Louis is kind of dumb, but
Well, bachelorette parties go on in Nashville all the time. I don't know if that's a bachelor
how far?
party.
But how far of a drive is Nashville?
It's like
That's like a
10
at least,
10 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say 10, 12.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would rather drive 10 hours to Nashville and have a good time than drive 7 hours to Oklahoma and then just be in Oklahoma.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe somebody's from Oklahoma. Maybe that's
could
what it is.
Could be.
Maybe
Some
we're just
hookup
being
down
very
there.
maybe we're just being very judgmental for no reason.
I mean, I
whatsoever.
don't know, and probably if it's bachelor parties are good for gun shooting, so I don't know if they're like doing some shooting down
I went
there.
to a
or-
bachelor party one time and they had guns and I was like, we are all way too intoxicated to be.
Well, you got to do that first, and
Well,
then
they
you get
did,
drunk.
but then this one guy is like, oh, you want to come see my gun? Like I didn't know the guy really, and like
Yeah.
later on in the night, he's like, you want to come see my gun? I'm like, no,
Ah.
I'm okay, buddy.
It's too late for that.
He's like,
No,
oh no, it's fine. Come here. He like pulls it out. I'm like, hey, okay.
no. I mean, I don't even like guns a lot, but I even shot guns at my bachelor party. So
Did you?
Yeah. we
I
sh-
wouldn't
we
know
shot
because I
some
wasn't invited.
I didn't know you that well back then.
Actually, I think you. I
Or I,
think you.
or I did,
no, no, no,
and
no,
then
no.
you
I'll
were,
take it back. I think you invited me
Yeah.
on your wife's behalf, but I said I'm not driving that far.
Well, I said
'cause I
I'd give
don't-
you a ride, but then you were just like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah, I didn't. We didn't know each
Yeah,
other that well then,
yeah.
so I was like, nah.
You don't want to be stuck out in the middle.
I don't
of
like
Nebraska.
traveling. I don't want to go to 3 hours in the middle of Nebraska.
Yeah. I had an extra seat for you, but
Well,
you know,
I appreciate it.
whatever.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I didn't invite you to mine, so
Yeah. No.
you didn't even go to my wedding.
I had to work.
No excuse. My love should be the most important thing in your
And-
life, Tim.
And yeah, I was only dating my wife.
That's
at
true. That would
time,
have been a big.
so,
Well, hey, my uncle, who was only dating my aunt at the time, came.
Yeah.
Granted, he lived only like 5 hours away, but
Yeah. Nobody nobody was offering to comp the ticket, and so I just said no, I'm good.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
so, yeah.
That's fair. You
Somebody offered to somebody paid for Alyssa's, but there
Who?
there was no.
I didn't do it.
Somebody did.
Somebody did.
Yeah.
But well, let's just say that you not willing to fly 3 hours to my wedding is about the same as me not willing to drive 3 hours to yours. Well, I guess I went to your wedding, but your bachelor party.
Yeah.
Okay. But I am upset. Vince isn't here this week because I was ready to full blown come into this conversation, ready to talk about Magic.
Oh yeah, I was coming up with that too. Like, hey, let's talk about Magic and Warhammer.
No, not to joke around. I seriously had something I wanted to talk about this week.
Really?
That involved Magic.
Wow.
And now he's gone, and I am never. I hope he listens to this because I am never bringing it up again.
Mm-hmm.
So
missed his one chance.
Yeah, but we should. Yeah, this is. I like where your head's at though. This whole thing is gonna be about Warhammer 40K and Magic and Pokemon and. What else is he like? Game of Thrones. We talked about that in general.
Yeah.
But
Elden Ring, which he's only played and we haven't. But
so yeah, this is gonna be an exclusive Vince podcast because he can't be here and defend himself and or contribute to the conversation.
Yeah. So everybody will be just disinterested because we explain everything shittily, and then if Vince listens, he'll just be pissed because we're doing it shittily.
Be raging.
Yes.
But my point was though, what I was getting to was our Patreon member Matt. He started, him and his friends started this like sports card breaking page. YouTube. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's a real thing. So like people buy these like boxes of sports cards. And then you bid, or you don't bid, but you buy a spot out of like 12 or 15 people. You buy a spot for $25.
Okay.
And then you get into the break. So when they break open the cards, you get randomly assigned a team. So like we did baseball. So my teams that I got assigned were Minnesota and Oakland. So anytime a card was pulled out of the packages that were open that was in Oakland or Minnesota, I get that card. Okay. So I get $25, and it's a random opening. It's kind of like gambling. And you get cards. So I did this whole thing. It was really cool. And like there was like these autograph cards. There was a card that actually got opened the other night on the stream that I was on. It's worth $3,000. It was a 2 out of 5 print. I didn't win it, unfortunately, but somebody else in the group did. So some guy
whose card was that?
I don't remember.
Oh, I was gonna say.
But it was just no matter who it was there were only 5 cards of it ever made. That's the thing. So it's like you pay $25. Kind of a gamble and hope that you get some sort of a fancy card in return, or you get like what I get, just a bunch of shitty Oakland A players and Twins with that didn't have any autographs or any cool value. But it's cool because there was 2 boxes, so then in each box I think there was like 15 or 20 packs. So they do this opening live on YouTube, and you watch and hope that your card gets a valuable card gets pulled under your name. It was really fascinating. It was really cool, but they're like gonna start doing it like regularly. I guess it's a hobby, sports cards, and like people who collect memorabilia, this is an actual thing. And so I was very curious and intrigued if they do this with Magic, because that definitely seems like a Magic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like some nerdy person like Vince gets onto some YouTube, pays a bunch of money, then hopes that a card gets pulled that he can have. I don't know if that's the thing though. I wish he was here to tell me, because I'm never going to ask this ever again.
Well, I mean, I would guess that Magic cards are probably worth more than most sports cards nowadays, just because of, I don't know.
So yeah, maybe it wouldn't work then. I don't know.
Yeah, because my brothers used to collect sports cards and all that, and mostly baseball and football, and I've looked through them all, and I mean, there's tons of them, but still, like, none of them are worth anything.
Yeah.
Like, it depends. Like, and I was like, ooh, we have these metal Michael Jordan cards, and I looked them up, and like, you can still buy them for $25 on eBay. Yeah, on eBay. It's like, oh, okay, that's like the most popular person out of anything on there, and they're still worth nothing.
Yeah, but see, I love sports cards, and I have a box full of my dad's, and like we actually have some. I mean, we have Tom Brady rookie cards. We got autograph cards from Sean Alexander, Eric Crouch, a few other notable guys. Stephen Davis, off the top of my head.
Steven Jackson.
We got getting it down. I'm getting it down. Where's your hat?
Where'd I put what?
Oh, sorry, I gotta get down. Jesus. Pull it down for the YouTube here. Steven Jackson autograph football card with awful glare.
Yeah. Wait, where did I do? Oh.
Damn! Oh my gosh, are you okay?
That about took out my jug. I was looking for the jersey.
Well, the jersey's worthless because it's not signed.
Yeah, I know, and it's also not officially licensed.
Nope. Yeah, he did you
NFL
dirty.
product.
But yeah, I love sports cards. So I'm really glad I discovered this. Thank you, Patreon Matt, because now I have like a new hobby where I'm just gonna start paying $25 every month or two whenever they do this. I can't wait till we get to football cards. Because like baseball, they're just slinging it, and that's like I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
Literally don't know anyone. I know who's that. I know Bryce Harper got drawn. I was like, I know him.
So
That was it.
you put money in, but do you get money back? I mean,
No, I get cards back. I get the cards that are drawn to my team.
Okay.
So I get randomly selected a team right before the draw,
Okay.
and I just landed on the Oakland and Minnesota. So any cards they pulled from players who play for that team, I get those cards.
Okay.
So like the guy who got the $3,000 card, he doesn't necessarily get $3,000 unless he decides to go to eBay or some online site and sell it. He just gets the card.
Okay.
So we're buying cards
Okay.
and hoping that we get some big return. I guess I'm assuming.
Huh.
Like I said, I don't know how these things. I actually had to ask the dude in the chat, like while he was like on his video. I'm like, "What are you doing? What's going on? Please explain to me." So he's like, "Oh, okay. So this is what we're doing." So it was a very new and a very cool experience for me.
I don't know. That's a lot of money to put in for a lot of cards that aren't worth anything. That's having a $3,000 one's pretty rare, I guess. So.
Well, it's rare, but each box like guaranteed like 3 autograph cards.
Oh, okay.
And each box had
he's
like
got some high quality ones.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not like
he's not just.
It's not the Tops box that you buy at Target for $15.
Huh. All right. Huh.
So yeah, I tried looking up the box on the internet. I couldn't find like the exact one, but they were going anywhere from like $100 a box.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. So yeah, it's a cool thing. I guess I feel like it has to be a thing if like they're doing it.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe that's me being disrespectful to who they are as people. but yeah.
Oh, all right.
So maybe we should try to start making some money around here. Except for we won't buy the nice boxes.
Yeah.
We'll just buy shitty boxes. Hey, this one's worth $3,000, and then get more people in here, and then we'll just rake in all the cash.
Yeah,
it'll be a racketeering job.
Well, fraud. I guess
or fraud, yeah. Whatever. You can label it however you want, Tim.
Or I don't know. Ponzi? No, Ponzi.
But yeah, it's definitely not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
We should do more of that though. We should try to rob people. I mean, we rob our patrons, but and our sponsors. Actually, I guess we do enough of fraudulent things. But I'm definitely, I guess, willing to explore more. I'm open to the idea. So if any listeners have suggestions on how we could steal your money, please. I'm all ears.
Yeah. At least we're honest about it.
What if this? Yeah, but see, it's too bad Vince is there because what if this was a real magic thing, and then we just turned into like a famous magic stream of unboxing and breaking.
See, I've heard what he pays for magic cards. I was like, no, that is too rich for my blood. Yeah. Hell no.
He's a single man.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm paying that much for pieces of cardboard.
But I will say the stream with the football cards, it was very sexual. And it was like unintended sexualness from the hosts, but they were like the guy put on these elastic rubber gloves.
Oh my!
So they didn't want to scuff the cards, but then there was a lot of talk about breaking, ripping, tearing. All of those words were put on, and I was like, I'm getting a little roused here.
Might be just you. I mean,
it probably was. They were saying that they break into this and rip it, and it looks good. It was just stuff like that. I'm like, am I the only one kept picking up on this? He's like, we're going to rip into this. And it's like a card with Bryce Harper's like massive forearm on the front of the card.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I'm getting hot and sweaty doing this. It's like 9 o'clock at night.
Does sound like something that would turn your crank.
Yeah. So next time I have to turn the lights down low, get some candles going and some lotion while... And then the minute I hit that autograph card, it's so exciting. So yeah, I have a new hobby. I'm very excited about it.
All right. Well, good for you, man.
I thought, at 30 years of age, I thought I was past the point of discovering new hobbies, but here we are. You never know what life's going to give you.
Never too late.
It's never too late. You're never too old. Remember that, folks.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are. I don't know. I feel like life is a young man's game. And if you like get to age like 25, 26 and you're not like rich and famous, ain't never gonna happen. I'm not saying that I want to be famous, but if I'm not like making in millions of dollars of money per year, I don't think it's gonna happen. Is that safe to say, or
I mean, I don't know. It can happen later, I guess.
How?
But if you could somehow muster up the tenacity to keep on trying.
because like because you would have to like know exactly what you're gonna do out of high school. You have to go to college, graduate really quick, 3 to 4 years, and then hurry up and get that master's or whatever, and then get into a high level, business position, and then boom, 26, 27, you're gone.
Yeah.
And then we're just like a couple of bums at like 29, 30 years old who are like, well, we don't have any jobs that will ever make us any real money, and our podcast is failing and stuff like that. It's like,
You're not supposed to know that.
I feel like there's no hope. I didn't mean to get. I got real dark. That got real dark.
There is no hope.
I didn't mean that. I didn't
Oh.
mean that.
I mean, it's.
I'm just saying for me to be rich, I don't think
Yeah.
there's any hope
Well,
unless I land on one of these $3,000 baseball cards. And then even then, it's only $3,000.
I mean, most of the time, usually people get a leg up from in the family. I guess that's usually how they continue
Okay,
going
so
on
I just gotta
to.
wait till my dad dies. My dad's rich. But he's so healthy. I'm gonna have to wait until like
he'll outlive you.
I'll be like a 50-year-old getting a trust fund, or he'll just straight up outlive me.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I mean, I'll be old and divorced and decrepit. And my children will hate me, and what am I gonna do with that much money anyway? And my body, I can't do fun drugs and alcohol because my body's too old to. It'll just be pointless.
Well, don't give up on that sort of. That is just. There's always hope for that.
There's always hope for booze. No, do we have anything nice we want to talk about life? And do you have any positive spins? I got real dark there accidentally.
Mike Myers is back, I guess.
Where do you back what?
He has a new show on Netflix.
I didn't see that. Is it out now?
Yeah, it starts with a P.
Vince, look it up real quick. Oh, shit. He's not here.
Penta Everett. I can't.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah. It's a show. It's like a 6 episode.
Okay, Mike Myers makes
show.
me laugh. So that's
Yeah,
that's a bright
it's
side to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously like it's very him, like that Austin Powers shtick, of running puns and stuff like that.
Austin Powers is an amazing series.
Yes.
We should just bring that back. Why is he doing this? Give me back a 6-episode Austin Powers with Seth Green as the villain.
Yeah, I think he's retired Austin Powers. I mean, I would love to have another Austin Powers movie, but yeah, this is apparently what he's doing. I don't know if he's going to be doing more for Netflix.
And what do you mean he's back? He never went away. He's been doing like Shrek 5 and 6 and Shrek spin-offs and Shrek shorts.
I mean, I guess the last live action movie I remember him doing was like The Love Guru.
I never even watched it.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one. But
What's worse, Love Guru or Jack and Jill? By Adam Sandler.
I thought Jack and Jill was.
That's Adam Sandler.
Or am I thinking? I'm thinking of Dick and Jane.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Yeah, that was Jim Carrey. I've never seen Jack and Jill either. No, Adam Sandler hasn't made me laugh.
He gave up long. He gave up a long.
He hasn't made me laugh in a long time.
Grown Ups 2 has some good jokes in there. Awful movie, but there are some great jokes.
I do not.
Shaq. Mainly with Shaq. So yeah, Adam Sandler didn't make me laugh once.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Mike Myers show?
Yeah, I just started this morning and I almost finished it before I showed up
good?
here. There's parts of it that's pretty funny. I mean, it's obviously not like
well, it's not
pristine. Like
I'm sure everybody expected Austin Powers, but it's not gonna happen.
Well, I don't know. For what it is, it's pretty good. It's got Keegan Michael Key in it, and Ken Jeong is a part of it as well.
I'll watch
yeah,
this.
So it's got good parts and good people contributing. Mike Myers plays like 15 different characters, that sort of thing, and I don't know, it's about a secret society that.
Okay, I'm sold. Don't tell me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go watch it.
I mean, it's obviously I'm not gonna like oversell it or anything. I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, it was a fun time. I missed seeing him do something, and so yeah. I mean, that's a happy thing.
There you go,
Mhm.
happy things.
Yeah.
Also, the Game of Thrones trailer released this week for the new
Yes.
Fire and Blood, and oh my gosh, I am beyond psyched. It
Yeah.
looks so good. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people too on it, like on the internet, who are very like, I don't even care about it anymore and all this stuff. It's like,
As everybody's still all butthurt
they
about
are.
the last
Well,
season.
at least
yeah.
on a small corner that I've read
Yeah.
on the internet, which I don't know why, because they're not even involved in this.
Mhm.
Some of the directors are, and like the guy who does the music, but in the cinematography, all that, it was great, all the way through season 8. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for this, and it's got my blood boiling, so to speak. No pun
On
intended.
fire.
Yeah.
Your blood. Yeah. No,
Well,
that'll be it's August.
21st.
Yeah.
We'll have a watch
So,
party.
Yeah, we need to.
It looks so good.
Uh-huh.
Also, I want to compliment us real quick too,
Mm.
on more of my, I guess, entertainment exploits throughout the week.
Mm.
Have you ever watched any like Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've always known who Bert Kreischer was, but I'm not like familiar with him at all. Really,
Yeah.
I just know he takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
But he was on a There's a podcast that I like, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool. So like I followed him on Instagram, and then I listened to his podcast,
Mhm.
the Two Bears podcast with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
Oh yeah.
And I listened to one of their episodes, and I'm like, dude, I'm so proud of Tim and Vince. Like, this is like our podcast. And it's like, maybe I'm being disrespectful. Like, maybe their comedy is just a little bit better than ours, but like the premise of it is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Except for the only difference is like
They have a different
like when we
famous guest every
so
week.
yeah, if I get an idea, I'm like, oh crap, I should call Grady or Patreon Ron real quick and get their input. They do that with like Steve-O. But I mean, the premise is that they sit around,
Yeah.
they BS, and it's like they're talking. It's like it's what we do, and I don't think it's that much better than us. So I'm very proud of us
Yeah.
that we've been able to make something that is of the same kind of standard or a same kind of thing that millions of people enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Except for we don't have millions of people who enjoy this. But
Yeah.
I was so happy, and I found so much peace within the fact that we are able to do this thing that a professional does, and we only do it slightly worse.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Like
We just have it backwards. We didn't get famous first.
exactly.
and
So
then
like
it's
there's your positive outlook for the day.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want, and if you work hard enough, which we really don't work as hard as we could, but you can still have pretty good quality. Not quite that level, but I mean we're pretty close.
Yeah.
So good for us. Look at us. That's life's so good, man.
Yeah. Good
There's-
job, Vit. I mean,
Nah.
dang it, he's not here.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference.
Kidding.
You know, like Tom Bert Kreischer doesn't call Tom Segura on Friday and make, oh yeah, I'm at a bachelor party this weekend. So yeah, maybe we're not as good because Vince is an irresponsible child.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be here next Sunday. So, yeah.
Why?
Because I have shit to do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
What
do.
do you have to do?
I have graduations to attend that are not in
Who
town.
cares? Who do you know who's in high school?
Cousins.
Who cares? Good, big fucking whoop, dude. You completed the easiest thing of your entire life.
I'll just send him a card like,
Yeah.
I'll see you when you graduate college.
Yeah, when you do
Like,
something
fuck
of
you.
significance, please come back
Yeah.
and tell me. Until then, I don't care. That's how I feel about high school. So anybody who graduated high school this year, congratulations.
Big
but,
fucking whoop.
yeah, but it's like, seriously, I'm not impressed by that.
You're not impressed by people graduating high school?
Not in the slightest.
Yeah.
I mean, are you?
I barely made it, so kinda, yeah.
Oh, I'm being mean. I'm being pretentious now, aren't I?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I thought
Oh well, no, I mean, I not barely made it, but I think I wouldn't have graduated if I wasn't so charming.
you charm teachers.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Tim, were you raped?
Not like that. No. Just with my glowing personality.
Yeah, I don't think I ever studied
No.
once in high school. I think I just cheated and then guessed on the rest,
Yeah.
and it was like I was like an average B student.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, it's just.
Yeah.
But then again, I probably had real educators. I don't know what I don't know what Nova Scotia has for like. I don't know if there's any prime educators who go there, or if it's just like
I don't know about Washington
pick
actually.
pick the only person in the village who is willing to contribute to our children, and then they're like, okay, you're a teacher now.
Vince, pull up the rankings on Washington versus Nebraska public schools. I've said this before. Washington is like the Alabama of the north.
Okay, that's fair.
northwestern part of the country as far as when it comes to public schools.
It was interesting. So we had to do my senior year for like our outro. We had like an exit interview out of high school. Like we had to give a presentation on a fucking trifold billboard about the next 5 years of our life and our 5-year plan. And I was talking a little bit about how I moved and stuff, and the administrator, who I'd never talked to before, was in there, and he's like, "Oh, is our school more difficult than the one in Nebraska?" I was like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, and he was just all smug. It's fine. I'm like, "Whoa, hold on, no. I mean more difficult in the sense of like here in Washington, like to be like an AP or an honor student, you gotta like pay for. You have to pay to get into the classes. You have to pay for tests and stuff. It's like, dude, where I come from, when the schools I went to here before were Omaha, Nebraska, you can't do that. Ain't nobody can afford to pay for testing.
Well, that's
for AP.
Yeah, that just sounds. I mean.
Yeah, so
why?
like in my sense, it was more hard in the sense of like.
If you're poor, you can't be smart.
You can't succeed here if you're poor. But he was just so proud of it. And it's also like they had so many less like electives and that kind of thing. It definitely is different.
Yeah,
but I would say, and you might be right on that. I don't know if their education system is very good. I didn't pay attention. I was busy, winning championships and stuff in my athletic fields that I didn't really pay attention to what was going on in the classroom. But I'm assuming that it might be worse than here. But I don't know how like rural.
Yeah,
high
well,
schools
it's
compare.
obviously there's not as much choices for what I can.
Is it just any
what you
person in
can
the
do.
village who raises their hand who are willing to help the children? Is that how you select your educators?
I mean, obviously there wasn't anything really specialized. Obviously, there's just you got your history, you got your math, you got your science. You got a PE teacher, you got an agriculture teacher.
You had a drama teacher.
No, that's somebody who was already an
volunteer.
English teacher was, and yes, the coaches for the speech and the one acts and the school plays were, yes, volunteers that were alumnus of the school. But she was really good. They were really good, and I mean she's taken a lot of. She apparently didn't hit her stride until after I was out of school. Maybe I was the one holding them back, but she took the drama, the one act drama thing to state. I think they won it one time.
Yeah, it was definitely you holding them back.
Yeah, definitely. So.
It was So if here's actually the real moral of everything we're talking about. The moral of the story is if you're a teacher, go to the West Coast because you'll get paid a lot more.
Probably.
And you probably don't have to do.
It's a thankless job, and I mean, there's a reason why. It's just.
Actually, I don't know.
Underappreciated and
I shouldn't
doesn't pay
say
enough
more
for
money.
the-
I don't know what they get paid. I don't know what anybody gets. I just know that teachers are underpaid most of the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But
I'm walking on like a foreign territory. I don't know anything about anything that has to do with teaching or teachers. So maybe don't listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, most of the time they have to have a summer job in order to like the computer teacher when I was in high school was like he mowed the golf course during the summers, that sort of thing.
So I remember looking at the time. Obviously, I had no self-awareness as I was in elementary school. I think I was like third grade or something. Anyway, he wasn't my teacher. He was one of the teachers in my grade, though.
Yeah.
I think it was during Christmas or something. We went, my mom and I, and like he was working at Target, and I'm like, oh hi, and it's like, damn, that's probably pretty embarrassing. Like he's working at Target, has some kid and his like asshole mom coming up to him like, oh, you're his teacher, huh? Yep. And then I also work at Target. Like that had to suck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, teachers should be paid more.
Well, they most of them do it for the
love of the children.
To help society create less assholes, but
this one teacher put me in my place though too, because I was walking by his classroom, and each classroom had like a little apple outside their door with their name on it, and it had his first name.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey Todd. And like just some little asshole. He's like, get over here. And I'm like, he's like, hey, when you graduate college, you can come back and call me Todd. I was like, obviously, I have not been there since because I never was able to succeed in being able to call him as a peer, his first name. So that was sad. But there are some teachers who maybe aren't in it for the love of the teacher. I mean, like,
well, nobody's doing it for the money.
There was a PE teacher in my high school. He's like, they banged a kid. Well, she was 18, so it was legal, but he kept his job, and then I think he got fired. He got fired shortly after I graduated because he like kept watching porn on his computer.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I mean, how many did they gave him? Like 5 chances. I don't know how.
Jesus.
I don't know.
He didn't learn the first time. Okay. Wow. I mean, you definitely got a problem if you can't not look at porn at work. So,
Well, also, I mean, if you're married and have kids and you're hooking up with former 18-year-old students.
yeah, not cool.
Dang it, I went dark again.
Again,
Most
Jesus
teachers, most
Christ.
teachers are great,
Yeah.
and they contribute to our community and our society so much.
Yeah,
And they are not compensated fairly enough.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you get a salary, and you sometimes have to work 12 hours a day and get not a lot of thanks for it.
And then
so
you
yeah.
probably have to work another job on top of that to be able to afford your house and to provide for your family. We're going dark again, Tim. We need something to lift our spirits. Mike Myers wasn't enough.
We keep getting back to the dystopian future of America.
I'm depressed.
Vince isn't here to
But
bring
Vince
it, to
is
bring us
usually
back.
Vince
That
is
is
usually kind of
true.
the bleak one.
Yeah.
Oh man, if he was here, it'd be really bad. Let's see what's maybe because it's cloudy out. Maybe because the sun's not shining. We're just
Could be.
feeling more gloom.
That could be it. I don't know.
I feel bad. I've gotten real dark twice in a row. I did not intend to do that to this day at all. I promise.
Yeah.
I want this to be a fun.
It's Mother's Day.
Oh, happy Mother's Day to the
happy
mothers. I don't think there is a mother on earth listening to this, but if there is, happy Mother's Day. And you people listening, tell your mom, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Unless your relationship with your mother is broken, then oh my.
Tyler. My God.
Everything's rainbows and butterflies.
What
promise.
What happened?
I don't know. I just keep going to this place. I don't know how I get here. It's not intentional, I swear. Okay, I lied. That last one was a joke.
Yeah.
I forced that one.
I
in.
like
The other two though were incidental. My mind wandering. So I apologize. Should we talk some football? Should we?
Is there
dig
football
ourselves out?
news?
There's it's more personal Titans news, but
Oh, okay.
I was interested in your opinion and Vince's opinion, but we'll just go with yours.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of heat
Mm.
coming at Ryan Tannehill this week
Um,
because he said, "I don't think it's my job to mentor Malik Willis, the Titans' third-round quarterback draft pick."
apparently, he's been reading Aaron Rodgers' book again.
What?
That sounds like something Aaron
Oh.
Rodgers would say.
But he said, "I don't think it's my job to mentor him, but if he learns from me along the way, that's a great thing."
Okay.
I think it's an interesting debate on because everybody has like, especially Twitter's blown up and the sports talk shows have blown up with coming with like, he's a piece of shit teammate, he needs to mentor him. Yeah, I mean, Kurt Warner came out and is like, hey, if you're like whatever doesn't want to mentor you, I'll mentor you. Give me a call or whatever. I'll be your mentor or something like that. But then it goes both ways. But I think he's gonna.
He doesn't want to lose his job.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little unnecessary. Let's look at the history of quarterbacks in the league and how many of them mentored Tom Brady. What quarterback has he ever mentored? Do you think he mentored Jimmy
Drew
Garoppolo?
Bledsoe?
No. You think Drew Bledsoe groomed Tom Brady? No. Tom Brady never groomed Ryan Mallett. He never groomed Jimmy Garoppolo. He never groomed Brian Hoyer.
Well,
Peyton Manning,
grooming is a different. That's got a kind of a different connotation.
Mentoring. He didn't mentor.
Tom Brady may have groomed somebody.
His son. But Peyton Manning never mentored anybody. He didn't mentor Brock Osweiler. In fact, he probably threatened the Broncos organization if they started Brock Osweiler in the playoffs, that Peyton Manning would tear it down, the entire organization. So, and then like Brett Favre, did he mentor Aaron Rodgers? No. It's literally, he said, it's not my job. And it's not his job. That's why you have a quarterback's coach. That's why you have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
My quarterback's job is to be the best that he can be and to win football games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his job to hold somebody's hand. Now, like I said, if he learns from along the way, if he comes and asks me, like, what did you see here, with this defensive setup or this scheme, that's one thing. But it's not his job to hold his hand and guide him through the process.
He's not going to take him to the park every Saturday for a game of catch.
Ryan Tannehill's job is to win football games for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
It's not to hold Malik Willis's hand. And I think that's what he's saying. And I think that's a fair thing to say. It's not his job. There was literally a quarterback's coach who is paid to be this guy's mentor.
Yeah. And honestly, Malik can probably find a better mentor than Ryan Tannehill.
Have some respect.
How much respect did you have for him after that playoff game?
I have lots of respect for Ryan Tannehill. I may have said some things I didn't mean. but he
play back the tape.
But he talked about that too. He said because he came back because he missed volunteer OTAs or whatever because he was spending time with his family or whatever. But he came back. He came back afterwards and was like, they asked him and he was super open and honest. Which Ryan Tannehill and this was a really cool, I guess, press conference with Ryan Tannehill because Ryan Tannehill is your stereotypical like, and he says everything without actually saying anything. He just says all the right things. The other team tried really hard and we couldn't get it together today. Just stuff like that. But he opened up. He said he went to a dark place after that playoff loss. Like he went to therapy. Like he was pretty haunted by it and stuff. So he opened up real and I think the whole thing with Malik Willis too. He was honest about that. Like, listen, man, it's not my job. And then he talked a little bit about AJ Brown going and how it's like that sucks.
Yeah.
Who am I gonna throw to? Never worked with Robert Woods before. Never worked with this rookie before. So yeah, it was an interesting interview, and I don't know. Do you think he should be a mentor?
I mean, I don't think he deserved the smoke that he was getting. I guess for what he said. I mentoring and I don't know. I guess I don't know what people mean by that.
Yeah, that was probably a weird worded question. So it's on the journalist actually for stupid question.
Right.
Also, Kurt, did you mentor Matt Leinart? No, you stole his job and then shipped sail, and he never had to start again in his career. So piss off, Kurt Warner. Come at the Titans like that. So if you were of the opinion that it's somebody's job to starting quarterback's job to mentor a young quarterback, you've never watched football before because it just doesn't happen. And also, yeah, it is his job. He's fighting. He's not going to hand the keys over to his Corvette to somebody else. Maybe well.
Well, speaking of the Cardinals,
yeah, that got me fired up.
Yeah, there you go. DeAndre Hopkins suspended 6 games.
PEDs.
I mean, was he? He was injured a lot. I don't know.
I think that's what happens with a lot of these guys is when they come back from injury, they're trying to heal quicker and they take these substances that are or something that's within the substance that they have that get busted. Because he said something very similar to what Taylor Lewan did. He came back after an injury a couple years ago, and he's like, I'm very, very strict on what I put on my body and stuff like that, and somehow this slipped in. And did it? No, maybe it does. I don't care. I don't care. I don't fault really any player for taking PEDs.
I mean, they don't really specify what exactly.
They never do. Yeah. So it's
anymore.
It's
not like they're. It's not like old school baseball steroids anymore.
No,
I don't think. But
it's a lot of times like this weird
HGH
form of creatine slipped in through something. I don't know.
Or human growth hormone, I think, is one of them. And then,
they tried to take Ray Lewis and Peyton Manning out with that too.
Yeah,
they avoided it somehow. But.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. There's no frickin' way that Tom Brady hasn't been doing something like this, at least while nobody's been looking.
TB12.
how he's stayed, how he's Benjamin Buttoned.
He eats avocado ice cream and probably doesn't drink any alcohol.
Except for that one time after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you can't, like we've talked about the short lifespan of athletes. You can't blame them for taking some sort of PED or HGH to try to recover from an injury and get back quicker.
Right.
They have money they have to make. They want to play the games. They want to compete. They want to win.
Especially if this is an off-season thing, like you're just trying to get back and train and recover. And it's another thing, like during the season, like I don't know what you would. Obviously, steroids, that's cheating. But as far as something
banging on trash cans and buzzing people.
Yes.
Look at you, Astros.
That too, yeah. So, I don't know, but he's the suspension that brings up the suspension thing where Calvin Ridley got suspended a whole entire year for gambling while he wasn't even around the team or on the team at the time. But
I guess we never really talked about the Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, we never brought that up. But
he he was literally just being made an example of.
Yeah.
To make sure we don't get
Well, as far as with all
point shaving
with
stuff
with
going on.
with NFL being so adjacent to DraftKings and all that nowadays, they don't want to ever make the appearance that something's happening.
So that's fair. Calvin Ridley took the fall for everybody. I don't think he didn't really do much, but
yeah,
it wasn't even on the Falcons, was it? It was on some other team.
I
don't know. Vince, look it up.
I can't. God damn it! Keep forgetting he's not there.
Anyway, what was your point though about him being suspended a year? And
Well, I guess you kind of you corrected me on that.
Stole the words out of your
Yeah, I guess yes, they did make an example out of him, but still doesn't make any excuse for how gambling is somehow worse than beating women and that sort of thing,
or legitimately taking steroids.
Yes,
or PEDs, I guess. I don't know. It seems like the Cardinals knew though. That's why they traded for Hollywood Brown. So I'm assuming they had some foresight into it. So, whatever, 6 games, 17 game season. If they're gonna extend the season, take all the drugs, dude. Take some time off. 6 games don't matter anymore.
Yeah, by 6 games.
Seriously, if the league changes, like goes to an 18 game format, who gives a fuck? Be better when you can be. Take the PEDs, get suspended, come back even stronger. Unless you play for the Titans, don't do that, please. I want you every game. Yeah, the NFL's punishments though have never made sense. It's political, and it'll be interesting to see what Deshaun Watson gets.
Oh yeah,
I'm assuming he'll get.
I'm
assuming he'll get like a 4-game suspension or something.
Yeah, nobody's talked about anything yet. They haven't when they still have Baker. That's the reason why they haven't gotten rid of him yet. I guess
they've been asking for like first-round draft picks and stuff, and I was like, eh. Well, especially too because the Browns were stupid because they got Deshaun Watson, so everybody's like, okay, you have to get rid of Baker. I'm not going to pay you a bunch for him, but you have somebody else. So, yeah, if you want to pay him $20 million to sit on the bench, you go ahead. But we know you're not going to, so I'm assuming teams are just waiting for him to be released.
Yeah,
if I had to guess,
he'd probably make more money if he had somehow had a year of eligibility and was able to go play for Lincoln Riley again.
Well, it's good point, Tim. We're gonna talk about that here in a minute. But it's weird with Baker Mayfield because I feel like he's gotten a lot of unnecessary flack. I mean, the dude came into the worst organization ever, who has never had a quarterback, and he led them to the playoffs and won against a divisional rival in the Steelers in the playoffs, and was like a defensive third down stop or a defensive 4th down stop away from beating the Chiefs. And listen, I've watched Baker Mayfield. I don't think he's the greatest quarterback ever, but he's done enough to warrant at least a little bit of respect. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he plays tough most of the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
last year he was injured.
Throws some picks.
He was injured last year, but yeah, he plays tough, and I don't know. I think he'd be a good fit with Seattle. Yeah. He's like a good little. He's shorter too. He's like 6'1", so good little Russell Wilson replacement. Not as good, obviously. But
yeah, maybe. But
it's weird.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, back to the getting paid even more to go for Lincoln Riley. Everything, we all knew this was going to get out of control with the NILs, with the NCAA. Since the NCAA was like, okay, sure. Yeah. So the NCAA has to be the most, incompetent organization, billion-dollar organization we've seen in a long time. And maybe outside the government. But they implemented this NIL system where it was okay for players to make money off their name, image, and likeness, but they didn't set any ground rules or any stipulations to it. So now we got guys. It just happened a couple days ago. There was a dude from. I wish Vince was here to look.
Vince, look it up.
Vince, look it up. There was a player who was literally offered. I'll look it up. I'll be the research guy here. But he was offered $3 million from some other schools. Like, oh, we have a backer who will pay you $3 million for NIL if you transfer to our school.
That is nuts.
And so it's this stuff is happening throughout the NCAA, and it's this is getting out of control.
Yeah.
Why? Because the NCAA isn't doing anything about it. They didn't. Okay, so Texas is in the process of putting together a $3 million NIL deal to sway Cincinnati defensive end Osef Jose. I said that wrong probably. But yeah, they're literally playing a free agency game. And so now let's see, I'm looking here if there's any other. I've read about it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. There's an NIL bidding war for Pitt wide receiver Jordan Addison is now near $3 million.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I guess this could be part of their plan. Well, you thought we were worthless before. Maybe you should give us back some. Because, the NCAA was the only ones really against players getting paid before. I mean, I don't know, the NIL thing is, I definitely like it, but there has to be some sort of guardrails at some point, and until they do something, it's going to be the Wild West. But I was more for of like I think what originally, like, I can't remember what team like tried to form a union to like just like everybody gets a salary.
It was Northwestern.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like everybody gets a salary like equal. And now this is going to be.
It's the
we got the richest guy over here play over
the Wild West, and that's what's soon too. Before I comment on what you said, Vince hopped on the chat and said the show has really gone downhill since Vince left. Also, Vince, you haven't been watching. We've been bashing you the entire time, pretty much.
Hey, look that up, Vince.
God damn it! We talked a little bit of Magic and Warhammer 40K without you.
Yeah.
We've had nobody to help look things up. We've actually gotten really dark. I got really dark a few times, so I apologize. I apologize again for that. That was very uncharacteristic of me. But to comment on what you're saying is yes, as we've stated a bajillion times on this podcast, we want the players to be paid. If the NCAA can make billions off them, they should be able to get some return from that. Yeah. But yeah, there has to be some sort of guardrails to, I guess, ensure what's happening right now doesn't continue happening. Because then all the best players are going to start going to these few select schools that have the most backers and most money. Right. And it's already going to become even more, I guess, a small premier group of schools that there already is. It's already, obviously, we've already been
the SEC.
There's the top 5 teams that have been dominating forever. How long? And it's just going to get even worse. But who knows? The NCAA has, as I said, they've showed their incompetence before. Who knows? It's the Wild West right now. Scott Frost got punished too.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? I don't remember what his. I still don't know why he was in trouble.
I never really read the articles, but yeah, he's got a year show cause thing.
What is a 1-year show cause? Vince, can you look that up? All right, we should.
Yeah,
Vince, look that up, and then
with your
comment on the YouTube chat on what the 1-year show cause order means.
Yeah, and it was like what 10? Like they fined the school like what $10,000 or something like that. It was something like that.
There's plus a 5-day suspension from all coaching duties during the championship segment of 2022 football season, which it's a very misleading title. The championship segment of the college football season is from the first game until the end, the regular season.
Okay.
So he's not suspended before the season starts. He has to be gone for 5 days during the regular season, pretty much.
Okay.
So which means nothing.
Yeah.
He gets a nice week off.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, because this is all because of that he didn't like use an analyst properly. That probably happens all the time.
Is that what it was? I don't know. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure that's all this was. It was from whatever 2 years ago or a year ago, and it was all about improper use of an analyst, which is, I'm sure, probably Nick Saban does every single day.
Yeah, and again, this is like the NCAA is like trying to throw their weight around. They've lost all control of the college football landscape, and now they're just trying to wait, we got to follow these rules. And we're like, oh, whatever, dude.
Yeah. Insert Vince talking shit about Scott Frost here.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. Should have been fired. Blah, blah, blah.
Maybe if he knew how to do his job, he wouldn't need an analyst.
Yeah.
Et cetera, and so on and so forth. See, we don't even need Vince.
It's like he's sitting right next to me.
He's so predictable. We can just talk for him.
I wouldn't say that. It surprises me every now and then.
Holy cow, Tim, you're heavily defending Vince this episode.
Well, now that he's watching.
I feel I'm sensing a coup here. Your immediate knee-jerk reaction to defend him is starting to make me worried that you guys are going to be coming for my head.
I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, Vince just said #fire Scott Frost. I will say though, but it's you can't overtake because you're going to be gone next week, and Vince and I are just going to talk trash about you the whole time, like we're doing now.
I look forward to it.
It'll be a great time.
Mhm.
And yeah, I will remain on the throne for the iron. What is this? On the leather throne for years to come. The ripped leather throne.
It's pleather.
What should I get? So if like Game of Thrones has like the
Vinyl.
sword sticking out, what would I get sticking out of my throne? Let's see, what could we get the camera on there?
Well, I mean, you do sit on a big black dildo every time you sit down, so I mean that's a
Dildos protruding everywhere off the chair.
Just dongs.
Could do sports. Since we're talking about, we can do sports cards sticking out everywhere.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
You get a paper cut that way though.
And then Vince says hashtag fire Tyler.
And well, I guess that's how the Garage Talk podcast ended.
Died. You can't fire me. I'm like Norman Osborn in Spider-Man. You can't do this to me. Do you know how much I've sacrificed? Or White Goodman from Dodgeball.
Oh yes.
This is my company. You can't fire me. I invented myself. Vince, what should we talk about? We're lost. We're lost without you. Help.
I haven't gotten any Snapchats with your balls or anybody else's balls.
Yeah, Vince is with his friend group
on?
where they enjoy sharing their private scrotum area with each other.
Yeah.
And then sending those pictures to
Will
people
we,
like me. And
will we just get it?
Is that sexual harassment?
What?
Is Vince sexual harasses every time he does that?
I mean, they're unsolicited, I guess, but at the same
True, I
time,
didn't ask
don't
for
know.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't say no though.
No.
Huh.
I'm not saying no now because I'm almost disappointed. I mean, it just seems like every time they get together, he's like, "Oh, check this out. Here's my balls, dude."
Maybe Vince is just waiting to show us the album when he gets
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
They have a whole collection.
It'll
He didn't want to ruin it just sending him one at a time. He just
It'll be a
wants to show us
whole montage.
of different
like-
men and their
It'll probably be a TikTok this time. Like,
So that'd be a really weird bachelor party. Sounds like fun. We definitely did do that at my bachelor party. I think we went streaking. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. What did you do at your bachelor party?
we shot guns, or
Yeah,
we
you
shot.
said that. What kind of guns?
ski-
Sorry, I didn't.
We're shooting
I should
ski.
I should have dived deep into this earlier, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I just kind of insulted you for not inviting me, even though like, apparently you did.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so,
sure I did.
So let's rewind it back to the beginning and explain what you did for your bachelor party. What kind of guns were you shooting?
we were shooting shotguns. We were shooting clays.
Aren't you anti-gun, Tim?
No, I'm not anti-gun. I'm just anti. So a lot of guns, I guess.
So you weren't shooting assault rifles.
No. I have shot an AR before though.
You're
They're fun.
You're a disgrace to your own party.
Then after that, we shot guns. We went to the lake. I did some water skiing.
Well, fun. You had a speedboat?
Yeah, my dad has.
Oh,
my dad
nice.
has a boat.
Do you know how to ski?
Yeah.
With those knees?
Yeah. I got to make sure the knees are fine, but I got to make sure to stretch the hammies. It's
That's so weird. I don't know. I can't picture you skiing for some reason. You look like a person who can't ski. And I don't know
I've
what
been
that
able
means.
to
I'm not.
I've been-
I don't mean it as an insult. I just I can't ski. I don't know how to ski.
Yeah.
I tried it once. I couldn't get up.
I've been doing it since I was like 6 or 7 years old.
You do any cool tricks?
I mean, I can jump the wake. I mean, that's about
cool.
all
I
you
used to have-
can do.
I used to have my buddy Brandon, who's in our fantasy football league. He has like a They used to wakeboard, so we had a big like circle lake,
Yeah.
and he could do like flips and shit. It was really cool.
Yeah, we don't have. You have to have a lot bigger. Well, not a lot bigger boat, but a bigger boat than we have to do wakeboarding properly. It takes a lot of power to pull a wakeboarder. We have a kneeboard. I mean, I did a lot of that when I was younger, and pretty much all you can do with that is just kind of spin around and jump the wake and go faster.
I can too.
Oh, no,
That's
it's
all I
fun.
can do. I can just hang on to it too. That's about the extent of my water sport skills. I can swim too.
I look down on tubing as a lesser skilled sport.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not a skill. I just hang on for dear life.
Yeah,
and
pretty
then-
much.
while the driver tries to throw you.
Right.
What else you do? That's it.
There.
Did you shoot
Oh.
guns while skiing?
That would have been awesome, but no.
So hang on one hand, shotgun there, bang, 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 while getting pulled. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. No, we didn't do that. That was at a different location, so we didn't bring the guns with us.
So you had like a traveling bachelor party.
Yeah, I mean they were like 20 miles apart.
I feel like I did my bachelor party wrong. All these people for their bachelor parties having like weekends.
What do you do?
I went paintballing.
Oh, well, that's fun.
That's cool, but like,
Yeah.
we,
See, it
I
involved
actually-
it involved a type of gun.
that's true. I had the worst. I think actually I don't want to say the worst. 'Cause I don't want to bash anybody who planned or paid or went for their bachelor party. But yeah, we paintballed and then we played FIFA and then played beer pong. I think that was. Yeah, it was cool. Our bachelor
Sounded
party
like
was
a
fun.
good
So paintballing, we had, oddly enough, muscular military Matt was there.
Ooh.
We had him, and then we had another guy named Matt who also was in the military. So I made them on my team. So like we just killed all of my other friends. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's fun.
Vince,
Yeah.
we got to figure out what we're doing for Vince's bachelor party.
Does Vince have a woman yet?
No, he's got. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic that he will
Oh.
someday find a woman that he loves, and that he will decide that he wants to spend the rest of his life with her, and he will want to share taxes and get married, and then we'll do a bachelor party. I think because I'm assuming we would get invited.
I mean, I probably.
I would hope.
Yeah, but I think he's totally against getting married, so I don't see.
Yeah, but
foresee
there
that
has to be a woman who can change him from that.
That could be.
Filibuster.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I definitely know what he's looking for. He'll find it someday, man. He'll find it. It's just you and me now. If you're still, I can't see if you're still on the stream. I don't even know if you have that good a service to get. Am I jumping around? I'm just talking to Vince right now. How are you? I can't see the screen, so if you're saying anything back.
He's not even on.
Ah, damn it. Probably lost signal.
So that's what we got to do. We got to plan a awesome enough bachelor party for Vince that it forces him to get married.
A pre-engagement.
Or why don't we just have
bachelor
this?
party.
Why don't we have like a bachelor party for Vince? Like it's like a lifetime. He's going to be a lifetime bachelor.
You know, actually,
So we're celebrating his
bachelorness.
His choice of bachelor lifestyle, his bachelorness. Yes.
yeah, I could get down with that.
Now, so Vince has to pick like a best man for his life, like not just for his wedding, but for like his life, and that guy has to plan it and pay for it. And then you and I will go along with it. He wouldn't pick. We're not his best friends.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure Vince doesn't like us. I think he just uses us for the podcast purposes.
He's just trying to promote his own brand, and
I think so.
yeah.
Like he initially signed on to the podcast so we could share his Twitch stream, pretty much. And then he quit doing that, and now he's just stuck doing this because it's habit.
It is the only religion I have. I do it religiously every Sunday.
Well, we appreciate you for that, Tim.
Yeah,
Apparently, Vince doesn't.
like I said.
I guess you can miss church every now and again.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's
yeah.
okay.
I think God is slightly more forgiving than you, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I'm not very forgiving. He says I should, but I don't. That's more your thing, God. You forget. I'm just gonna kind of do my own thing. Continue to belittle and yell at Tim and Vince and everybody else.
Yes, I feel guilty that I'm not going to be here. I mean, I'm sure that
Kind of
that
like
Vince is terribly guilt-ridden. That he's
kind of
not
how you
here.
feel guilty about not going to church.
Well, no.
Well, cool. That was fun. Anything else we want to talk about? We made it for a full hour, pretty much.
Holy crap!
We did it. We did it without Vince.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now.
Didn't have any news. I guess you. I guess you shared the Mike Myers news.
Yeah,
You helped. You helped.
I went-
You helped enlighten us out of the dark place that I kept
yeah.
steering us into. I'm so sorry.
I
I'm going.
tried.
I'm on vacation from work this week, guys. So I'm gonna go enjoy my vacation, and I'm gonna come back so happy next week.
Yeah.
I'll be so happy. It'll be totally different than this week. I won't try to tear everything down and talk about all the dark shit in life and how there's no hope. Because I don't actually believe that.
You'll be
My mind was just wandering there for some reason this week.
totally recharged. After next
Recharged,
week.
rejuvenated, happy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that's it. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for listening. We love all of you. I'm going to go enjoy my vacation. Hope you guys enjoy your week as well. And we'll I'm gonna have to upload. I'm leaving town tomorrow. I gotta make sure I upload this
Okay.
podcast before I leave. That'd be bad. What if I left?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's already
No podcast.
it already is on YouTube. I mean,
That's
it's
true.
just the audio listeners.
Get over
Do
up
we
to
have them
YouTube audio listeners. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Love you. Appreciate you. And I will see you next week. Tim won't.
Yeah.
Hopefully